Welcome to the O Scene. I'm Jacqueline Twag. In Orange County, there's always something to do. Look to your own neighborhood or a surrounding city. Time to check out the people, places, and events taking place on the O Scene. In Huntington Harbor, a holiday home tour, all for a good cause. We'll take you inside. Also for a good cause, people turning out on a Saturday morning to volunteer their time, bringing cheer to those in the military. The full story is coming up. Stay tuned for other recent happenings in Fountain Valley, Huntington Beach, Staunton, and Westminster. Men and women who serve and protect our freedom are celebrated in Staunton and throughout the nation on this Veterans Day. The 11th day, 11th month, and 11th hour serves as a significant anniversary. The time and date marks the signing of the armistice ending World War I. In the city of Staunton, men and women, veterans, are honored during a special ceremony.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Today, we as a veteran family need to bond together to honor those and honor our country.
We have an incredible group of veterans in the city of Staunton, and we have state legislators as well that are all focused on helping the veteran. So today is just a celebration of our local veterans.
As part of the celebration, St. Polycarp Catholic School Student Choir performs several patriotic songs.
We started with God Bless America, which I told them I think every American should know the lyrics to. And then we sang a song called Thank a Vet. And in preparing for that song, we talked about what a veteran is. We talked about what the veterans have done for us in our country. And they shared stories of veterans and their own families.
Guest speaker and veteran, State Senator Josh Newman shares his message.
I might have finished my active duty service right before the first Gulf War. And that was a time where we were at peace and we had what we thought was the assurance in America of a long period of peace and prosperity. And that all came crashing down on 9/11. The world has changed, and I think the context in which people serve has changed also. So, we should be even more grateful today, considering how dangerous the world has become and also how small the number of people serving is. And because of that, it's really important to pay homage to our veterans who have served and those who are still serving.
In the audience, people of all ages on hand to honor those protecting and defending our country.
We're only 3.1 square miles and 40,000 people. We have such a diverse community. We have grandparents, we have great-grandkids, we have seniors, we have everyday people that are working hard, but they find a way to make room for this event today.
The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces. For it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic.
Master of Ceremony John Dugan, United States Coast Guard Flotilla Commander, tells us what makes him proud.
All of his veterans love the flag because it symbolizes what our fellow veterans had given. And I was in a unit where I was the only one that returned. And those men that gave their lives were giving them to protect our freedoms and our liberties. And that flag represents that. It's sacred. It's absolutely sacred. And the ceremonies we had today are the most meaningful of any ceremonies that could honor our nation, flag, and veterans.
There's a veterans wall where a loved one can purchase a brick in honor of someone who has served. This also marks the 10th anniversary of Veterans Park, where all 5 divisions of the military are recognized. Doing good and giving back during the holiday season, one member of the community has taken action to help others. Christies Hope, founded 6 years ago by Christy Buckley, in hopes of helping those in the community and letting children have the chance to volunteer.
Christies Hope is an organization that I started to get the community involved in giving back, and several times a year I'll put events together to do Easter baskets for needy children or backpacks for kids going back to school, stockings for the troops, several different things throughout the year.
So it's an oversized stocking. You might want to take out half and roll it down.
Stuffing and sending stockings to military men and women serving overseas is one where many want to help.
For some reason, I was just born liking to help.
Well, we're helping because we want them to be happy for Christmas, the men and women overseas, because they don't get too much stuff. They're missing their families.
Different tables feature different categories of items that will fill the stockings. Everything from hand sanitizers to goodies and games.
Peanut butter, beef jerky, we have like tea bags and stuff like that for tea. There's stuff to make like healthy chocolate milk, I guess. All that good stuff.
This is the entertainment table, and we like to put entertainment items like magazines or word searches, crossword puzzle, maybe something like a small football or a hacky sack, just something to bring a little cheer.
Others are lending their creative talents, making cards for the troops.
The Girl Scouts and the Brownies are making little personalized cards for the men and women overseas who can't be with their families this year. They're writing special messages like "Thank you, soldiers," and "We miss you," and drawing Christmas trees and ornaments and hearts just to make them feel a little better while they're away.
Christy's cousin, Lisa Patino, has been helping out Christies Hope since it was founded. She explains where the stockings are headed.
Like, for instance, someone that I work with her son is deployed, so we have his platoon number and the address and how many's in his platoon, and we will directly address it to them so they will actually get them. So anybody that has a family member or a son or daughter, anybody that's out there, we can send them directly to their troop, and if not, it just gets dispersed through all of the troops out in Afghanistan and Iraq and everywhere that we're at right now.
I'm a coordinator of a Lion's Heart group here in Huntington Beach, which is a philanthropic group for boys and girls starting in 7th grade. And they come out and help with different organizations, and I just think it's really important for the kids to come out and help others, because where we live and what they have, they need to realize it's important to give back and spend their time helping other people.
Tracy McKelvey's 15-year-old son Connor is a member.
I'm here to help out because I like to help out. It's fun. It's something to do, and I mean, it's better than playing video games, because when you play video games, I mean, you have fun, but you're not helping anyone. When you're doing this, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping someone else today.
If there are special requests, they try to get them fulfilled as well, thanks to donations from local businesses.
I just think it's amazing how much stuff we had donated for the troops and how everyone's giving back and spending their time filling these stockings, and it's just so cool to see. And some fun stuff the troops are getting. One of my friends served in the military, and he asked for Del Taco hot sauce, so Del Taco even donated a bunch of hot sauce packets.
Congressman Dana Rohrabacher heard about Christies Hope and turned out for the event.
But every time we do something really great and innovative, there's one person who really made it happen, who's decided to get people going in a certain direction, and that thus made good things happen in our country. And Christy is one of those, so we want to support her, but also support this wonderful cause, this effort, where we express gratitude to those people who are overseas during the holiday so that we can enjoy our holiday.
Thanks to nearly 200 volunteers and donations from hundreds more, 600 stockings will be in the hands of those serving our country. In the spirit of the season, a couple is opening their home to the public. The goal? To support music programs throughout schools in Orange County. A very large home in Huntington Harbor, the site of the Philharmonic Holiday House. Home tour and boutique, festive and elegant designs inside and out.
Oh Christmas tree, thou leaves are so unchanging.
When you walk through the front door of this beautiful 12,000 square foot home, I mean, the warmth is there, the music is playing, you have a huge Christmas tree, big welcoming staircase to go up, and you know, you're going through all these rooms that are so well themed and they're all different.
12 designers chosen, each with their own space to showcase their vision.
Each room is designed to what they want to theme it, whether it's White Christmas, we have a red, white, and blue patriotic bathroom powder room, we have a Scottish Highland Christmas room, and we have a powder room that's in all white that is just sparkling and is beautiful.
After entering the foyer, you're led to the expansive kitchen, complete with a dining room and bar area. Also, amazing waterfront views. Melinda Sarah is one of the designers. Her room is right off the space. Her style?
I like simple elegance, so you have to have a pop of something like my dress form tree, or you know, little sparkles like my reindeers. And then when people come through the house for the tour, it makes it all worth it. Beautiful smiles, makes you happy. It's truly the holiday spirit.
On to the second floor, a game room transformed into a Scottish Highland table setting set for a dinner party.
I think it's really very creative and very clever. I think one of the things I enjoy about going to these House of Design opportunities is something like this, a beautiful table setting or just a method of decorating the home that gives you ideas what you can do in your own home.
Then there's a craft room, more bedrooms, and the His Master Suite. The designer themed this everything naughty and nice.
Definitely masculine because it's his master, but I also was very inspired by the backdrop of the marina and the beautiful boats, so that's where I got my inspiration for the nautical theme. I also wanted to bring in some traditional classic pieces like the wingback chair, and the navy is just so big right now.
Down the hallway, the guest suite has many doing a double take. Bubbles everywhere.
I knew it was by the harbor, so I wanted, you know, it lends itself to doing an ocean theme, but I didn't want to do just an ocean theme, so I came up with bubbles. And I thought bubbles are fun, champagne bubbles, ocean bubbles, and then it just kind of, you know, rolled with that.
Third floor now, where the Hers Master Suite is situated.
It's exciting and beautiful, and it really is festive and gets you ready for the holidays.
2 balconies overlook their 80-foot yacht, Huntington Harbor, and the large waterfront patio below. Speaking of waterfront, time to check out the views from the deck. As far as the takeaway of the tour, for some,
there was a beautiful mantle, and it was done very elegantly, simply elegant, and it was something that you could go home and do yourself.
It's amazing how each one does a beautiful job for the house. You know, they're very talented at what they do, and it's an experience. I love coming to these, and I come every year.
Christmas decorations, you can't miss those. And then just, you know, we all look at kitchens, and you see that kitchen, and I wouldn't know where to start cooking. I mean, do I start in this room, or do I go in the other room, or whatever? And it's just exciting to see a home like this.
With thousands of visitors touring the home, funds are used to go towards youth music education programs in local schools.
The first thing that we lose in school are music programs. So this is our way as a society, through the Philharmonic Society, to provide this for all the children that would never be able to even experience going down to Segerstrom Center and hearing classical music, learning about orchestras, instruments, and most of the schools are Title I schools that we provide these programs for.
So not only does this tour provide inspiration and ideas for those who walk through, but it also provides the gift of music to many. If you're interested in learning more about the Philharmonic Society of Orange County, you can visit their website. They encourage those who have a love of children and music to join their organization. Now to high school students who are putting on noteworthy performances when it comes to pop music.
Miles, come here. Yes.
recognized by the California Department of Education as a model school for the arts, media, and entertainment sector of career technical education.
I am he as you are me, and we are all together.
It was a full house during their two-day Beatles Story 1967 50th anniversary show. The Huntington Beach Academy for the Performing Arts students showcased their talents.
All of APA prides itself on being pre-professional training. So our goal for all of our main stage shows is to get as close to either a Broadway hit or a Staples rock concert as we can possibly stage. And we are usually extremely successful at that.
MMET Pathway Music, Media, and Entertainment Technology is the after-school program these students are part of. The Beatles is one of the big shows they put on each year.
We show the audience a little bit of the history of the music so they kind of feel engaged and try to teach them things they don't know. And then while that's happening in the dark, the kids are sneaking up onto the stage and they're plugging in and getting ready to go. And the minute the little movie, takes a break, the song comes right on and the lights come up and, and there's 10 cameras and every instrument is accounted for.
In order to deliver a seamless performance, the group begins rehearsing 6 weeks prior. Many are multi-talented multitaskers. Sarah is a choreographer, vocalist, and keyboardist.
There was a part in the show where I didn't leave the stage for about 7 songs. And I was on a song for piano, went right onto my lead song, went back to keyboards for 2 more songs, sang a song for background vocals, went back to keyboards, and finally got to leave the stage. So it was crazy of trying to remember what song's next, what do I have to go do? But it was really a blast.
Drummer, student producer, and percussion director Tony shares with us personal highlights.
I really enjoyed, student producing and be able to work with all the different musicians, the keyboardists, the singers, the drummers. And then I also enjoyed percussion, filling in all the spots, to make a song sound that much better, like the bongos or like the cowbell. Things that, most people don't really appreciate that much, but they just make the entire song.
I was the main singer of The Walrus, and that was a really good song. It was very energetic, and I loved portraying the Beatles on stage, and I wore a very extravagant, colorful gown that I felt was perfect for the song.
And as costume designer, Sophia would know what works well.
I used for inspiration the album colors, which was very bright and out there, and the songs that we were playing behind the screen, the music videos.
Claudia took on the role of a student producer. As far as what stood out to her,
being in the room watching rehearsals, because usually when I'm in the shows, I'm either in the hallway practicing my songs or in a different room doing other things, but this time I was in there the entire time, so I got to hear all the songs coming together and everyone working together to say, okay, I know this is wrong, we're gonna do this to fix it, and it was just a really cool experience.
SH1 and 1.
There are also technically minded students who play an important role.
When you go to a concert and you see side screens and you get to see the certain shots of guitarists and the singers and they're getting really artsy shots, so that's basically what I do. I'm a live director for the Beatles show and all the other shows that we have done. You have this headset and you get to tell your camera crew what you want and what you want to see. So, camera 1, can you get me a shot of the bass player? Camera 2, can you give me a shot of the singer?
I'm like the proudest dad in the world because all of these young ones when I first meet them, they're 8th graders with braces, and I watch them grow up. And I'm really sad when they leave as seniors, and it's just the closest musical family of wonderful young people.
Their performances are open to the public. To see their programming and for ticket information, you can visit hbapa.org. From high schoolers setting the bar high to a business doing the same. Small businesses can come and go while others are in it for the long haul, serving the community for decades. In Westminster, Arnies Model Trains serves as a model of sorts for running a successful business all these years. And they're celebrating.
And there's many facets of the hobby. You can do the electronic part, you can build scenery, you can build almost your own little town and world, and you're in charge of it. People really love the hobby, and once they get going, they get kind of addicted to it. We've been here in Westminster doing business. Our 40th year has been as good as any other year.
Milepost 38 Toy Trains is their sister store next door.
I think what's exciting is when you see, kids coming in, they're excited. They've never seen a train before, and they come in for the first time, and we're running a train, and you can see the excitement on their face and how excited they are. When they hear the sound, they see the smoke. When they go home with it, they're usually jumping for joy when they get to go home and run it.
The wonderful thing about collecting model trains is that they can be passed down, father to son, father to daughter, and the family can keep them within their family for years to come. It brings back wonderful memories, especially around Christmas time when they set up the train around the Christmas tree. But above and beyond that, they increase in value over time.
Radio personality Shotgun Tom Kelly is both a train collector and a regular customer.
These are scale models. These aren't toys. And one of the things that I like best about the trains now with VCC is the fact that they've got sound.
Model train manufacturers and clubs showcasing their latest and greatest, including a realistic sound system for model trains.
By adding the sound, you're actually adding a lot of character to the locomotive. So now it's not just simply running trains on a circle on your table. Now you're actually running the railroad. You're doing sounds based on the rules that the railroad had to follow.
Railroad clubs provide a sense of community. Each member can create a section of the track, and when they come together, they're able to compose a larger environment.
At home, when I'm working on the layout, that can be very therapeutic. You get time to relax, do something with your hands, rather than just sitting and watching TV, so that part's great. And then being a part of a group, you socialize with each other, and that's always good. And of course, the trains themselves are fun.
There's an artistry to the hobby and a lesson that comes through this craft as well.
When you build the layout, you learn about wood construction and electrical and scenery, and you have to pay attention to what nature looks like around you. That all grass isn't green, a lot of it's yellow, and that trees come in different colors, and you have to have the perspective, and then you try to duplicate that on your layout.
As far as who would be your typical train collector?
People from all walks of life, from plumbers to doctors to lawyers. We have famous rock stars, and they do it for relaxation. They can come home, escape the real world for a while, maybe work on a little model or just run their trains. The trains kind of sometimes have like an aquarium effect.
This is a wonderful place, and Westminster is a wonderful place, and Westminster should be very proud that they have a place like Arnies Trains.
If this show has you in the holiday mood, just wait till our next O-Scene. We'll take you to tree lighting events throughout the cities, and we'll have a one-on-one time with Santa. That's all for now, but we hope you'll be inspired to go out and explore all of the experiences awaiting you. Until next time, I'm Jacqueline Twegg for the O-Scene.